Hello, this is Lee Anthony Davis with another announcement from my YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday the 10th of October and a warm welcome. Today here I'll be doing the announcements on Group of the Day, Contributor of the Day, also birthday announcements, some Doctor Who news to tell you about updates, my Doctor Who DVD collection section, and of course not forgetting a Doctor Who quiz question and the answer from yesterday's quiz, and also some of your comments on some of my videos, and of course what's coming up. Right, my record for this video is 19 minutes 52 seconds, so I hope to go under that today, so I'll sort of move along quite swiftly, and I won't waffle on with the Doctor Who DVD review. I'll just go through it quickly as well. Okay then, because I don't want to bore the pants off you. Right, here we go then. Right, for Group of the Day for Monday the 9th of October, we'll go to the Doctor Who Club of Victoria, the official group. I'll repeat that again, the Doctor Who Club of Victoria, the official group. They're on Facebook. There's quite a few members joined it. It's quite good. I'll let you into a secret. That's where they had a chat room, and that's where Sophie Aldred was on. I've mentioned that in a few videos before, and that's why I asked my questions. I know the guy, well, I don't personally know him. I know one of the members on there, that he actually got me on there, so I'm very grateful for him. Right, okay, then moving on, and it's not biased here. I'm not picking him because of that. I'm picking him because they've been doing a lot of posts lately. So that's one of the reasons why I make these groups, Group of the Day. Also, when they're not well known as well, which is a better boost for them. Like 40 Towers has only got a few members. Now they've doubled it very fast because they got a mention and everyone knows the Essential 40 Towers group on Facebook now. Right, anyway, that's not down to me. That's down to the hard-working members of that group. Right, all I'm doing is just letting them know that they're around. Right, moving on to that gibberish I'm going on with. Right, okay. Contributor of the Day for Monday the 9th of October goes to Jaime McCowan. Jaime McCowan as contributor of the day for yesterday, which is Monday 9th of October. Well done to them. And as you know, the usual, I'll post it up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and my story. Right, okay then, moving on to birthdays. Not many today. Two people, Sean McGlinchey and Andre Cameo, are celebrating their birthdays today on Facebook. Right, moving on to Doctor Who news. There's a headline as I was going through, and I saw there's a headline here saying 60 years of Doctor Who drops on BBC iPlayer, which will be joined by Landmark Online Archive, and these will be accompanied by subtitles, audio description, and sign language for the first time, according to the former and new showrunner RTD. He's talking about they're bringing new variations to what we already have seen. I mean, they've been on UK Gold, haven't they, all the old Doctor Who classics before. I prefer the DVD myself because you don't have any interference, any distractions. Nothing's worse than having someone doing sign language at the bottom of the corner screen. It distracts you. I'd sooner have the DVD myself. It's all as well. I mean, it's obviously to help people who's deaf, who suffer with dyslexia as well, and they can see things but they can't read things, you know. So I understand that. I suffer with dyslexia myself, what you call word blindness, so you know the words get jumbled up. Sometimes I say a word and it's completely wrong, I can't even pronounce it, and you think to yourself, how does he do it? Well, a lot of practice, to be honest with you. But yeah, it does help them, but it doesn't help me because I just like watching the actual thing. So give me a DVD anytime. I'd sort of give that a miss. But if you're wanting to see that, it's also got other stuff, what I'm led to believe. It's got archive interviews with former actors and actresses that were in the show, former showrunners. Also, it's got in-depth videos of old, you know, behind the scenes stuff that you don't see on your audio or on your DVD, that is. So it's all on there. It's happening on BBC iPlayer. and they're showing, I don't know, over 600 episodes of the great show itself. That's 60 years, I don't know. Maybe more. I might have got the figures wrong there, but it doesn't matter. But that's really what it is. But like I said, I'd sooner watch a DVD because it takes me away from the distractions. But it's for other people. It's not meant for me. You know what I mean? But anyway, I thought I'd tell you about that. Right, moving on to updates. My new group and page are out now on Facebook. Remember, I did the Lee Anthony Davis .2 page, the Lee Anthony Davis .2 group. I've already reached their targets. I'll only give you the exact figures on them when they reach 150 on any of them. So I won't bother with them now. So I'll concentrate on giving you updates on these new page and new group that I launched yesterday. And already I have 4 followers on the Sarah Jane page, and on my Lee Anthony Davis Sarah Jane group I've just got 3 members. So as soon as it opened, one of them joined straight away. I haven't really invited anybody yet, but there's a lot of material on there, so I look forward to telling you more about it as I go along during the week. But I also look forward to telling you that it's doing well as well. Right, moving on to Instagram. I've got now it's reached 110. I've got 110 followers on Instagram. Fantastic. So thank you for following me, joining my group, and basically without you, the viewers, and also thank you for subscribing to my channel. It's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I do try and get back to you if you make a comment and everything, to appreciate that, and you'll find it. Thank you for subscribing. Also, thank you for your feedback. That's more important, your feedback, because it tells me where I'm going right or wrong. So anyway, thank you for that. Also, it's my Doctor Who DVD collection selection, and my selection today is Series 5. Here we go. This is Matt Smith, New Era. This was a Stephen Moffat New Era as well, unfortunately. And we start off with a good one, The 11th Hour. This introduces the audience to Matt Smith as the Doctor. You know, there are some cringy moments when say, "Who's the man?" and all that. It just doesn't work, does it, that line? But everything else was good. I didn't like the idea of custard and fish fingers. Oh God, what a horrible combination. But anyway, yes, it worked, and it did well. Karen Gillan obviously was introduced as well as Amy Pond, and we also saw her boyfriend. Shall I say, at this stage his character development was sort of not quite there. But Arthur Darvill does well. And then we move on to what we call The Beast Below. That's I never liked it. It was about making decisions, wasn't it? Basically, you know, yes or no. Yes, that you want things to happen. No, you don't, and you want to forget. Yes, when it does. The problem is, though, the dilemma is that it's all about the well, the space well that's supporting this city on its back or something. Unfortunately, if they say yes to stop it suffering, they'll die because they'll just float off into blue beyonder or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, but it was all right. This was an arc to do with the crack, you know, the crack in time. We already know what the crack in time was. It's to do with Gallifrey and the Time Lords and stuff. Anyway, never mind. It wasn't to do with the end of the way they portrayed it in the Big Bang and the Pandorica Opens. So he obviously wanted to extend it to something else. So anyway, I obviously think that was to just sort of draw the viewers in, as well, as Moffat is very manipulative. Here we go. Victory of the Daleks. Nah, I didn't really like this one. Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy. Chuck's ahead. I don't know what to say about that. And they didn't speak like that in the war. Come on. Anyway, Victory of the Daleks was all right. It was like getting rid of the old ones and bringing in the multicoloured Daleks, which didn't work, did it, for the audience? But anyway, never mind. The Paradigm Daleks, they called them, or something like that. So they exterminated the old ones and they became the new ones or something like that. But they didn't last, did they? And they got exterminated in the end. Right. Moving moving on. I thought it was Ian McNeice. He played a good portrayal of Winston Churchill. I thought he was very good. Right, moving on to Time of Angels. We're back with the Angels. This is Moffat's invention, obviously, but unfortunately, he does them to death. He brings them in too much, and he even puts them in he slots them in certain places. In the you remember the one with the Nemon or the Minotaur. There was an angel in there in a room or something. You know, this is what I'm saying, overuse, and he did it in his Matt Smith's Final Adventure as well, didn't he? You know, where it's coming out the snow, it's handled. You know, I just think use them properly, like the Daleks. Use them properly. Give them a story. Give them a plot. Don't try and make it more that the audience will not be able to guess what's going to happen. You know. And he wasn't very good at that, was he? He was good at building things up, but he had a lacklustre way of finishing it, as you saw in Peter Capaldi's Final Adventure with the Cybermen. Not his Final Adventure, the penultimate adventure, obviously. But anyway, moving on. The Time of Angels, this was where we start to see River Song, and we begin to learn about her and what her real role was. And we learn that she's the Doctor's daughter or whatever, I don't know. No, actually she isn't. She's Amy and Rory's daughter, and she's been converted into a Time Warrior, so I don't know. I liked her. I thought she was good, but I think she was overused as well as a character. But as you know, Moffat never likes to kill his characters off, does he? Anyway, moving on. We had a good story, the vampire one. That was pretty good. They weren't vampires; they were fish, weren't they, or something like that. And basically, it was a good cast, good story. There was a bit of emotion at the end of it, and I think it worked well. It wasn't perfect, but it was not a bad story. Cold Blood, this is where the Hungry Earth and Cold Blood, this is where we're introduced back to the Silurians, done it in a different way, different appearance and everything. Yes, they're all right. I think Neve McIntosh does a good job as one of them. But yeah, it's all right as a story. But the annoying kid, now that is the point. He was annoying, wasn't he? They always say never work with kids or pets, you know, because they have a naturalistic projection that is not spontaneous. It's just annoying, you know, the way he projects. And now I get it. No, I don't get it. But no, I must admit, he was the sort of ointment, the fly in the ointment. That kid, you know, oh, you want to strangle him, don't you? Anyway, apart from him, yes, it was all right, but the predictability of they were going to shoot the Silurian they captured, causing a war or near enough, and then everything gets put back to normal. They go back in deep freeze, and the Doctor, oh yeah, Rory's killed in this one, by the way, but he's brought back to life through Amy's sort of determination of love or whatever, I don't know. This is Moffat's way of writing the characters back into it again, as you know, the predictability. But he's all right. I didn't mind him, actually. He was a good character. Then we have Vincent the Doctor, very good story. We have Bill Nighy, or whatever. I can't pronounce. Yeah, I think that's right. He was good. He was good as the what was he? He was the gallery auditor or something. I don't know what they call him. You'll probably correct me on this. It doesn't matter what he was. He was there and he played the part very well. I think it's the same role as Tom Baker did when he came back for the two Doctors. Remember that, the Tennant and Matt Smith one, and you saw it was a nice touch by Moffat. I must admit that was something he did get right. He brought Tom Baker into it. I like that. That was very good. It was good to see Tom back in Doctor Who. Anyway, moving on to the Lodger now. James Corden. I mean, I don't know what you think of him. Me personally, I can't stand him. He's not a good actor. He's not very good. I've seen his stuff in America. The thing is, he annoys me. I don't know what it is. It's just the way he projects himself, his leeriness, I don't know, his cockiness of his ego, I don't know. To me, he doesn't look like a star, does he? He looks like someone's, you know, like, I'll give you an instant what he look. What I can sort of project it as or relate it to. I would say he is more like like Susan Boyle. Now, she's obviously not got the face for beauty, no offence, but she's got a voice, right? And what they do is they project, they PR it, don't they? The record companies back her, the guy. It's all predetermined, you know, it's already done. So, you know, when they saw her, oh, what a surprise, brilliant voice, oh, you know, and all that, it's all put on, it's all staged. They've already signed her bloody up, for God's sake. But anyway, and all those poor idiots queuing up thinking they're not going to be, because they've already selected. It's like the National Lottery. The ticket is in another, they're only allocated to certain areas. Not everyone's going to win it. You know, you've got to be lucky to be in the certain area at the certain time in a certain sweet shop to pick that ticket up. That's what we call luck. But if you knew the information, you'd probably be in those sweet shops picking those tickets up. But anyway, it's all predetermined in my opinion, and it's the same thing with James Corden. He had a good agent. He must have had a bloody good agent to get him as far as he did, because I think he wrote Fat Friends or something. I never watched that, but like I said, I never really. I thought when he was in it, it took me out the moment, and then Moffat brought him back again for the closing time or something. That was bloody awful as well. That was a Cyberman story, a Cyberman being overused for pointless plot to fit around Corden and whatever. Basically, you know, the baby screaming and all that. It was just awful, wasn't it? I like the touch with Linda Barron though. She's back in it. She played Captain something in Enlightenment. She was bloody good. I'm glad to see her back in it as well. But sadly, she passed away, didn't she? Anyway, moving on, we have the Pandorica opens where Moffat brings the big guns in, all the Daleks, all the Cybermen, and everything else. In my opinion, it was all done for the fans, you know. But as a story goes, I didn't think it made much sense. Basically, he blows up the TARDIS or something, and this is what's caused all this. I don't know. I didn't think Russell T Davies went in that direction. I think this is how Moffat wanted to go, and unfortunately, it got too complicated, didn't it? It was hard to understand what the hell was going on. The astronaut, the next one, the Impossible Astronaut, was basically about the arrival of River Song. This was always about River Song, and then you had the Silence, who were sort of genetically engineered by some sort of church, the Papen or church or whatever. You know, it just got convoluted and made the Doctor into too much, in my opinion, right? The Doctor, he is the Doctor of War and all. This is Moffat, right? The Doctor was never like that. It was basically a character that left his own planet because he disagreed with their ways and he wanted to explore the universe. Don't give me that, Mr. Moffat, about he is more than that. I like, so forget Moffat, but RTD had a good idea. I like the way, no, not RTD, JNT. He gave you the impression the Doctor was something of a mystery. And Lady Penfold, remember her, played by, I can't remember, Fiona Walker. She actually said, do you know have you ever wondered where he came from? Have you ever wondered who he was, you know, basically? That was a good sort of thing to know. Could he be something more like a god or something? Who knows? Anyway, I won't go into that. That's the end of that. And then you have the Big Bang. Everything's put back to normal, reset, and then that's it. That's Series 5. Right, that's the end of that. Right, moving on quickly. The answers to yesterday's question, which actors appeared with William Hartnell before he became Doctor Who, or before they became Doctor Who as well. There were Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee, as you know. In which adventure, here's another question, in which adventure did Fraser Hines debut as Jamie Crimmen? That's the question. Right, I want the answers on the comments, thank you. Right, moving on quickly. I'm just going to go to comments. Here we have, I've got a couple of comments here. I'll just read them out quickly. I see Smith has fallen down the hole. Never mind. I suppose he'll bounce back, smelling of roses. Thank you for that. I knew Smith would be heading for a big fall. Thank you for those comments. I appreciate it. That's to do with Lost in Space, obviously. Right, I'm going to go now. It's just to let you know, coming up, I've got Lost in Space video coming up with Doctor Who excerpt being added into it as well, and the Sarah Jane page and group also. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm going now because I've just beaten my time again. Thank you very much. I'll see you at the same time, hopefully not tomorrow at the same time, earlier. Bye for now.